fabulous day today. And before we get into today's exciting lecture, please hit my subscribe button and hit my notification button. I really do want to thank all of my supporters and subscribers and viewers for supporting my channel, supporting my book. And with that being said, let's get down to today's exciting lecture. The focus of this lecture is going to be, what are the stages of change? What are the stages of change? And I'm going to introduce 6 stages of change, and I hope you all can see this. I'm going to introduce 6 stages of change. And those stages of change are: number 1, pre-contemplation; number 2 is contemplation; number 3 is preparation; number 4 is action; number 5 is maintenance; and number 6 is relapse. And I noticed that I have some viewers who are chiming in on my live stream. So just stay with me, listen to this channel, send me your comments. So with that being said, let's get down to business. What are the 6 stages of change? Before I describe those 6 stages of change, I want to say this is, how can you figure out where you are on the road to your highest potential? You need to learn how to find out where you are on life's path, life map. After all, you are the experts on you. The first thing to do is to take an honest look at whether or not you are really ready to make a change. So with that being said, I'm going to talk about these 6 stages of change. And that first stage of change is pre-contemplation. When a person is in the pre-contemplation stage of change, and that change can be towards anything in your life, rather it's making a change to lose weight or return back to school or start a business or eating healthy or removing toxic people out of your life. So the pre-contemplation stage of change is when the person may know that they need to make a change in whatever area in their life, but the desire is not even there to make the change. The thought is not there to make the change. They'll just continue on with whatever high-risk behavior that they're doing, or whatever the situation may be. If they know they need to change how they eat, or stop smoking, or start exercising, the thought is not even there to make that change. And that is a good description of the pre-contemplation stage of change, when the person is not even thinking about change. They're comfortable with how their life feels in terms of where they're at, and that's a stage, and I'm here to tell you. The second stage of change is contemplation. The contemplation stage of change is the person may still be doing the high-risk behavior, rather is not exercising, or rather is smoking, or rather is being around toxic people, but at least the thought is in their mind to change. They can be still doing the high-risk behavior or still doing whatever they're doing, but in the contemplation stage of change, at least the thought is there. And a good example of that, if a person go to their medical doctor and that primary doctor give them a physical and give them the outcome of that physical and tell that person, your diabetes is out of control. You really need to make adjustments in what you eat. Get some exercise. The person still may not make any changes, but they may begin to think about making changes. The thought is there. They still can be eating out of control, but they begin to start thinking about what that doctor told them, because in pre-contemplation, the first stage, the person ain't even thinking about changing. In contemplation, at least the thought is there. The person is thinking about changing. And then the next stage is preparation. The preparation stage of change is the person may still be doing the high-risk behavior, but they now are beginning to prepare to make a change. They may begin to start making phone calls and getting information about whatever they need to do in order to whatever goal that they're trying to achieve. If they're trying to get on a weight loss program or improve their health, they may still not have started working out, but at least they made a phone call to the gym to gather information to find out the hours, how much the gym membership is going to cost. So that's preparation. So the preparation stage of change is the person is planning, they're preparing to make a change in their life. And then we got the action stage of change. The action stage of change is now, the person is no longer preparing, in the action stage of change, the person now is actually doing something. They're actually physically doing something to make a change. They are changing how they eat. They're going to the gym. They're taking walks every day. So that's action. So the action stage of change is the person is actually doing something to meet whatever goal that they want to meet in their life. If it's to get rid of a toxic person out of their life, they have actually removed that person from their life. They're no longer planning it. They're no longer thinking about it. They have done it. So the action stage of change, it don't matter what goal you're trying to achieve, because talk is cheap. They're no longer planning it. They're not thinking about it. They are now physically doing something to change their situation. That is the action stage of change. I don't care if it's changing how you eat. I don't care if it's saving money. I don't care if it's stopping the smoke. I don't care if it's removing negative people out of your life. You have done it. You have done something to solve the problem or improve something in your life. And then we got the maintenance stage of change. The maintenance stage of change is whatever change you made. I don't care if it's changing how you eat, or stopping smoking, or stop hanging around certain negative people who radiate negative energy. What the maintenance stage of change is, because whatever goal you have achieved by doing that action, in the maintenance stage of change, you got to continue the steps to maintain it. So if you start working out and lost that 25 pounds, so now you got to continue those steps in order to maintain it. That's what the maintenance stage of change is. If you have stopped smoking and you've done it for 6 months, whatever steps you did to stop smoking, you got to now maintain that goal achievement. Rather it's chewing gum, or every time you get the urge for a cigarette, you may eat a piece of candy. So the maintenance stage of change is you got to maintain those steps that got you there, and I'm here to tell you. And then the sixth stage of change. The sixth stage of change is relapse. And what relapse is, and when I say relapse, I'm not just talking about relapse to alcohol or drugs. What relapse in reality is, world, is when the person returns back to the old behavior. Rather, it's returning back to smoking the cigarettes, or eating the junk food, or hanging around toxic people who don't do you no good. So what relapse is a person return to the old behavior. They're no longer in the maintenance phase. They're no longer in the action phase. They're not preparing to do anything. What relapse is the person has returned to the old way of thinking or behavior. Rural, that's the 6 stages of change. And the 6 stages of change can apply to any area in your life. Pre-contemplation when the person has no thought or desire to change a certain behavior. In contemplation, the contemplation stage of change, the person is thinking about changing. The thought is there. They ain't done it yet. They're just thinking about it. Oh, well, maybe I really do need to listen to that doctor. Oh, maybe I really do need to stop smoking. Oh, maybe I really do need to remove this toxic, negative person from my world. preparation stage of change. The person now is planning, they're preparing to change, they're making phone calls, they're getting information, they're in the preparation stage of change in relation to whatever improvements they want to make in their life. And then we got action. Action stage of change, talk is cheap. Now the person is actually doing something in regards to what they need to improve in their life. Talk is cheap. And then maintenance. Once you have achieved that goal, took those steps, you're in action. So whatever goal that you have achieved, then you got to maintain it. You got to come up with a game plan so you won't relapse, return back to the old behavior. And I'm here to tell you. So ladies and gentlemen, those are the 6 stages of change. Send me your comments. That's all I have on that topic. And don't forget to hit my subscribe button, hit my notification button, support my channel, subscribe to my channel. And also I want to let the audience know that my publishing company, they are now in the process of doing a powerful video trailer to market my book, Awake Financial Freedom. I'm getting a lot of reviews on Amazon on this book. This is a must-read book on when I share with the world in regards to from 2007 to 2012, I was literally living in financial destruction. I had my spiritual battle with God in 2012. God gave me the skills to master my money, to control my money, paid off a 30-year mortgage in 20 years. I share my testimony in this book. This is a must-read book. This book can be purchased from Amazon, Barnes & Nobles, Apple, iTunes, Google Play. This is a must-read book. The hard copy of the book is $12.95. The ebook version of the book is $9.99. Whatever platform you purchase this book from, do a review on the book. So with that being said, that's all I have. I appreciate my viewers who have followed this lecture on live stream. So with that being said, simplify, simple fidelis, and I'm going to leave you in the care of your own conscience. Have a great evening.